I'm a student at one of the best universities in the world, but studying only makes up about 2 hours of my day. Instead, I obviously prefer to do cool shit, but I still get the best grades. Wanna know how? I'm not gonna lie, it actually really annoys me when people give bullshit studying advice. I'm gonna get straight into the daily routine that's allowed me to get these results at both school and uni. If you want me to tell you to study for 7 hours, you won't find it here. But the key to a successful day is how you prepare the night before. And this is where you plan out everything for the next morning, which means laying out your clothes and papers that you're going to work on the next day. Literally even getting up the right tabs on your computer, getting off YouTube and getting onto Notion or my calendar, for example. Make sure it's as easy as possible for you to start working as soon as you wake up. Now, the first thing in the morning is always to exercise. I literally don't care if you have an exam tomorrow, this is necessary to make the day a good one. And it doesn't have to be a 2-hour gym session, you can go for a 15-minute run. But it's so important to avoid that morning scrolling session in bed, because that's where you fuck up your brain for the day. And when you sit down to studying, you won't be able to focus because your attention span has been messed up. And it also means you can't make excuses after you get home from school or uni and say you're too tired to go to the gym. Straight after that, I put in an hour and a half of studying. First thing in the morning after exercise, no phones, no breakfast, no distractions, just get straight into the work. And in the morning, if you can, do what you actually find hard. So many students will start off revising a subject that they're good at just because it feels comfortable, but the real progress is made where you tackle something that's difficult. And in the morning where your brain's fresh is the easiest time to do this. You can do the subjects you enjoy more later because you're less likely to make excuses. And here it's super important to use the 5-minute rule. I mentioned this before, but you need to tell yourself you're only going to do 5 minutes of revision, because the first 5 minutes of any session is always the hardest. You have to sit down, get everything organized, start working. But once you're into that 5 minutes, then literally the next hour and a half breezes by. I'm not even exaggerating. So once you finish that study session, you have the rest of the morning and afternoon to do whatever you want. Now, for a lot of you, that's probably go to school or uni, but if you have more spare time, like me, you work on your passion. I'll make YouTube videos or have calls with clients. If you want my help with your studying, then book a call below. Or you can even spend the day meeting with friends, because you've already done the hardest work first thing in the morning. But even if you're at school, it's just super important to live a normal life. Even though you're probably doing more studying than the average student, you can still have fun, you can still play video games with your friends. Just don't make studying your entire life. And then in the evening, that's where you can put in another session. Now, I usually do like literally 20 to 30 minutes a blast, which, because it's a condensed period of time, it forces me to fully concentrate. You could do 30 minutes or an hour. Just make sure that you're not setting too high of a target that when you get home from school or uni, you can't say I can't be bothered to sit down and revise. Now, this daily routine is based on what a Harvard student taught me. And if you don't know, Harvard is the best university in the world. That you should actually make studying the second most important thing in your life. That's why I said you should spend the bulk of the day doing something that isn't studying, and it can still be productive, because the students who aren't always stressing about studying but still put in 2 to 3 hours every single day are the ones that do the best and get the best mark. If you follow this routine, you'll see improvements in your health, your happiness, and your body. And by the way, I'll put a free copy of my daily routine in the description, and you can just click on the link.